Hey everybody, this is Dominique with Black Girl Reviews, and I am back with another review on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 15, Episode 9, Better Late Than Ugly. Okay, so there wasn't much going on once again. Bravo. I hope y'all can hear me. Wasn't much going on, so this might be a quick review. The only thing that happened was Sonya's auction and Kenya's commercial. Whew! But luckily, the trailer for the mid-season, the rest of the season, looks very interesting. So hopefully, it's gonna pick up, and it's gonna get real interesting, especially when Drew and Ralph start talking about divorcing and Drew's cheating allegations. I'm here for that. But right now, it's giving slow and steady, and it doesn't win the race. So y'all need to pick it up. All right, so it starts off with, a quick montage of different people. So Drew was just hanging out with her child and her kids. And then Todd and Candy are in the bedroom. Candy is packing for another trip somewhere, probably going on tour with Escape, but she's booked and busy and talking about the dog. And then we have Sheree getting acupuncture to try to do the natural way of getting rid of her fibroids. And she's acting like it hurts so bad. Then we have Marlo. She's with her manager slash friend, and they're discussing her date with the chef and how he sent her a good morning text and how she feels so special. And he said he can't wait to see her next, but he was just saying, don't be a stranger. Okay. And she's just talking about how they got so much in common, this and that. Really wasn't much going on there. So yeah, we're gonna move on. In the next scene, we have Sanya. She's with her team, and they're getting ready to host a charity event for homeless mothers. And she is upset that her person that's emceeing the auction part of the charity has caught COVID, and they won't be able to make it to do their job. So her team was like, well, why don't you call Kenya? And Sonya was like, Kenya? Like, we just became friends again, like 2 weeks ago. And I'm pretty sure they haven't talked since then, because these girls don't talk to each other, okay? So it was like, she was like, I think about it. I mean, it would make a good fit for Kenya to do the auction. And then we move on to Kenya. Kenya is doing her Kenya Moore hair care commercial. And she is twirling and having fun with Brooklyn. And then, her boyfriend, Roy, comes by. He brings food. He surprises her. And she looks so happy. And, he was just like, what's going on here? And she explains he's bringing more hair care. And I like the fact that he doesn't know what Kenya has got. He doesn't watch the show, I don't think. He doesn't look like the type to be watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. He don't even know what Kenya Moore hair care. He don't know what that means. And that's good for her. She needs someone who's detached from the show and detached from the, I don't want to say black community, but detached from the show and don't really keep up with, urban news per se. He's not on the shade room, keeping up with what's going on with the shade room. And then after, a few hours of filming, Sonya calls Kenya to ask her if she would be willing to do the auction part of her, charity. And Kenya said, sure, no problem. But in her confessional, she was like, this is the second time Sonya hit me up about working for free and hasn't went through my agent. And she's like, the third time will be a strikeout because what? And I think that is kind of weird when you think about it, because Sonya really haven't talked to Kenya after their, kumbaya moment 2 weeks ago. Well, if they did, they didn't show it or discuss it, but in my mind, they did not talk. So she didn't even check up on Kenya, like far as being friendly. You always want something from somebody, Sonya. Like, it's one thing to invite me to your charity event, but it's another thing to ask me to host it when we're kind of just getting back on a good foot and kind of giving user. Like, I got on the show to use the people's connections to get to where I'm going, and it's not coming off right. It's not. I don't like how it's portrayed on TV, Sonya, and you can do better than that, honestly. Next thing, we have Drew, and she's sitting down with her mom and her sister. They discuss the fact that Drew's son is like he's a very hands-on student at school, and everyone loves him, and teachers are giving his praises. And then they discuss, Drew's sister having her mental health issues and where she is now, and how she's grateful that they didn't allow her to move in when they moved to Atlanta, because she needed some time to get her mind right and go to a facility to work on herself. And this has cleared her mind and made her realize she misses her family and she loves them and she cares for them. And Drew is letting her know, you are missed. I have been managing myself since you took a break, and it is hard. What you do, I do admire what you do, because what you do is very hard, and I really do appreciate you. And they had a great, genuine moment. They was crying. It was Drew's mom was crying, and it was a good moment. And I'm glad they are moving forward. And I was wondering, how old was Drew's sister when she was managing Drew at a young age? And apparently she's 20 years older than Drew, so that's crazy. Like, and so, but yeah, I'm happy for them, and I'm glad her sister is on a better road to recovery for her mental health goals. Moving on. The next thing, we have Sheree. She meets up with her lifeline for the show, which is Kim, Lisa, and Deshawn. They are old members of the old later seasons. I want to say the first season, actually. And they have dinner together and they discuss keeping in touch. And Sheree says, everything that we did in the past, I moved on from that. I forgot what we were upset about from the past anyway. And they discuss, Sheree is planning a trip to Portugal, and Kim wants to know who was going, and she lists out all the people who was going, and then she brought up Kenya, and then Kim was like, Kenya? I thought is she still alive? Girl, you on her show right now, she's still alive. Come on now. That wasn't even funny. Like, I wasn't like, no. Girl, are you still alive? True, you the one who got failed TV shows and trying her best to get on something to make some type of coin. But anyways. And they discuss like little things, how Kim and Candy, how they got into it back in the day over Don't Be Tardy for the Party. That's how Kim sounds to me. And dating, Sheree talking about, I'm a grandma now, and I'm dating now, and I'm with someone who I really like, and yada. Anything that has to do with Martell, I'm just happy he was barely in the season. I thought he was gonna be in the season way more, but why would that be anyway? Because it's fake. It's a fake relationship, so she can't afford to hire him as many times as I'm thinking he would be on the episode, but she can't afford it. So, what else happened? They were just talking and catching up and reminiscing on good times. Deshawn said she is dating, and that she discussed about her divorce, because right after the first season she didn't come back because she was going through a divorce, and she should have just stayed on. Seriously, like, you could have still probably been on the show if you would have just stayed on after that divorce, because that would have been TV gold to see you go through a divorce and pick yourself up like how Portia did. Portia stayed on through her divorce. She picked herself up and she probably made more money after her divorce, honestly, because of her being willing to show that vulnerable side of her. Honestly, that was pretty much it. It was a boring little recap, re-scene of them having dinner together. And, Lisa said she really ain't dating right now. I don't know why. But all of them are pretty much going through a divorce or went through a divorce. And yeah, it was good to see all of them. Deshaun looks good. Lisa looks good. Kim looks old. And Sheree looks desperate. Moving on. At this point, we have a couple montages of different women. First, we have Sanya. She's getting ready at her event, preparing the room to make sure it looks good. And then we have Candy. She's talking about how tired she is. Like, she just drove in from her performance with Escape, and she asked her assistant what else she has to do today. And she has to film, speak on it, and then she has to get ready for Sonya's event. And she was like, I'm so tired. And then we have Drew. She's hanging out with her kids, and she just thinks that they're the smartest little thing in the world, which is so cute. And then we have Kenya. She's trying to get ready, and she's saying that her dress that she tried on wouldn't go past her booty, and she needs just a little inches taken off of it so she can get it on. And then we have Sonya's event. She's getting her hair done by her sister. Her sister is telling her, Sonya's kind of complaining like, oh yeah, my sister, she's here, but we don't know when she's gonna have time to get ready for the event, and just going blah 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 about how her sister. And her sister was like, listen, Sanya, you didn't communicate what time I was supposed to be here. I had no information. I barely made it here by just feeling like I needed to be here. You didn't tell me what time I need to be here, and you are not considerate of the fact that I have two kids that I have to try to get ready and figure out what to do with them. Then I have your son Deuce to make sure he's good and make sure that someone's watching him. And then I have to get ready for myself and come over here and do your hair. And she was just talking to like, listen, your communication skills is terrible. You just be go on a go, and think that everybody know what's going on when we don't even know what's going on. And I guess that hit a nerve with Sonya because she started crying and she felt bad. She was just like, you're right. I feel bad about this. And, her sister was not amused, and she was like, I really didn't want you to cry, but I just had to tell you how I feel. Like, you really ain't communicating properly and you're not considerate. And she was like, you're right, I'm gonna do better, communicating better, blah blah blah. But listening to that, I'm thinking, like, who else don't have the information that needs to be done or needs to be the first thing I thought about was like, does Kenya know what she's supposed to be doing as far as when it comes to this emceeing the auction? Like, who else don't have the information? Who else don't know what's going on? Sonya looks like the type of person who don't communicate properly. She just goes, and then forgets stuff. And that's probably why she needs an assistant, but she needs to hire a real assistant and not her brother-in-law, because he did not want to be her assistant. He just needed a job. Secondly, what is the brother-in-law doing if she feels like she can't even leave the house without getting her two sons together and figure out what's going on with them and get them straight before she can leave the house? What is he doing? Because the last time I checked, he didn't have a job because he quit his one and only job that was with Sonya. So what is he doing throughout the day that he can't just jump up and be like, babe, I got this. You go ahead. You go work. You go handle your business. And when you come back, we're going to be here. And I'll have everything handled. What are you doing at home in Sonya's house, rent-free? What are you doing if you can't help your wife get things in order? Why is she stressed out trying to figure out, she's trying to get the kids together and this and that and that and this? Like, what are you doing? Well, the event starts. Sonya looks good in her little not leopard. She had a zebra print suit on. It was so cute. Then some of the ladies started arriving. We had Sheree arrived, then we had Marlo, and then we had Courtney. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a whole different time than everybody else. Like, why your little friend show up first? Then we had Candy arrive, and then we had Drew arrive. She was like an hour and 15 minutes late. Kenya still has not arrived. And she calls Kenya like, "Where you at, girl? You supposed to be here." And Kenya was still getting her makeup done. And Kenya was like, "There's a lot going on, a lot of fires I had to put out. I'm coming. It's just so much going on. I'm sorry, girl. I'm gonna be there." And she was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna have to start without you." So she starts the whatever it is. I'm sorry, the charity event for homeless mothers. And it's going good. Kenya arrives, and she arrives in her little outfit, her red dress with her black boots. And Marlo says, "Oh, Kenya looks like that red slipper from Wizard of Oz when she got hit by her house, and her feet, her slippers were shriveled up. That's what she looks like." Ha 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 ha. Marlo, your jokes just don't be hitting. And I think it's because you pick on the same person over and over and over. Like, your jokes don't be hitting. Like, she looked like Wizard of Oz, a red ruby slipper off of Wizard of Oz. Like, that was the best you could do. That was the best you could come up with. Okay, and what do you look like? You had on, once again, you have on an oversized jacket. Just because it's a label, it was Fendi, but it was an oversized like trench coat type jacket. That wasn't cute. Like, it would have been cute if you had something underneath and you was wearing that as a jacket. But it wasn't cute far as, oh, that's your outfit, that's it. It wasn't giving what you thought it was giving. Just because it has FF on there for Fendi doesn't mean that's the outfit for that event. Like, you could have did better. Like, that white dress you pulled out for tomorrow, this is what I could have worn to my day. You could have wore that to the event, honestly, but you want to always come in labels to the point where you picking out jackets to wear to events so you can show that, oh, I got on labels. But anyways, Sanya awards Sheree with the Mommy of the Year, and she's a grandma, and her son comes to give her the award, and Sheree just acts so surprised, like, "Oh my God, you're keeping secrets from me. Oh my God, this is crazy. I had no clue." And I was like, "Oh, that's who you picked, Sonya? You picked Sheree? Okay, girl. Mother of the Year. Why not? I ain't got nothing. Whatever." Then Kenya starts the auction, and Sonya said her goal is 50,000, and Kenya was like, "Hey y'all, what's up, y'all? Our goal is $100,000. I know they got $50,000 right here at the table. $100,000 right here at the table alone." She talking about the Real Housewives cast table. Somebody they got $100,000 right there alone. Candy does the math, and she was asking everybody around like, "You got that money? You got that money?" I think it was like $7,000 each or something like that, or I don't know how much it was, but she was asking them like, "You got that much? You got that much? You got that much?" So then the auction starts, and all the ladies besides Courtney bids $5,000 to the charity. Courtney bids like $2,000 to the charity, and everybody else in the party bids to the point that it's like $78,000. And Sonya is excited because she surpassed her goal, and she was just like, I'm thankful for Kenya because she really got people out here bidding for charity, and she's happy that it all went well. And then they all walk out because the event is over, and they discuss Portugal, and Candy was like, "I'll be there for a couple of days, because Candy is booked and busy. She ain't got time to be just lollygagging, you know what I mean? It gotta be, even though, no, it gotta be very, very planned out, like through her schedule. But right now, Escape is on tour, so I'm pretty sure that's why she only gonna be there for a couple of days. Like, She gotta make the escape money. She gotta make this Bravo check money. She gotta make this YouTube check. She stays booked and busy, okay? And I think that's where it ends. Let me check my notes. So yeah, that's all that happened in this episode. It was quite boring, to say the least. It could have had more in it, you know. I mean, ugh, bravo. This season is real lackluster now. When is it gonna pick up? When is the Drew and Ty? I think that's the girl that Drew was caught kissing. When is that gonna ramp up? Cause I need it now, honey. I need it in episode 10, which is next episode. I need it now. It's my money and I need it now. Okay, it's my storyline and I need it now. Because bruh, it is not giving what y'all think it's giving. Like, I couldn't even get a good, like, I got the thumbnail, but I was like, what am I gonna put on the thumbnail? Because it really wasn't much going on. Am I gonna put the auction? And I was like, no, that was boring. But they was cute, but that's boring. Yeah, bravo. No, it's y'all gotta do better, honestly. Come on now, y'all can't go out like this. Y'all can't go out like this. Y'all gotta do better. And Kim and Lisa and Deshaun is not what y'all thought was gonna happen. If they ain't meeting Kenya and having a meet up with Kenya or Candy all together and have a group scene, then y'all could have kept it. Honestly, y'all could have just trimmed that out, because honestly, it gave nothing. Nothing. All right, you guys. I'm not gonna keep rambling because it's really not much to talk about. My rambling can be longer than the review itself. So I'm just gonna ask you guys to please like, subscribe, and comment and share my video to your family, your friends, your co-workers, anybody that loves Real Housewives of Atlanta. Please let me know down below. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you expect more to happen on this episode? That's all I got. I don't even know what else I could ask to put down there because there wasn't much happening. What about Kim? Y'all probably like, well, what about her? Exactly. What about her? All right, y'all. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I'll just see y'all in the next one. Bye.